Hey everyone, Chaos Giga here. We're going to get started a little early with continuing the shiny hunt for the Blipbug. For those of you tuning in, this will probably be the last time I do shiny hunting just because it gets kind of boring, I know. At least for me it does, and it's kind of hard for me to stay awake when I'm doing this stuff live, and I can't really come up with that much stuff to talk about while I'm doing this. So I'm going to probably do my live streams from now on Minecraft for a little while. Because there's going to be a lot to do starting after Tuesday, because that's when the Nether update is. I plan on resetting my Nether and my the end in my realm. So if there's anybody that's wanting to join that on Java Edition, that is, it's on Java Edition. I only play Java. Haven't played Bedrock since I first started with Bedrock, and come to find out most of the things that I wanted to build, or at least attempt to build, wouldn't work. So I got 4 spots still open on my realms if anybody wants to join. So hit me up on my Discord. Looking for the purple bow tie. So I got some big plans coming up on my Minecraft anyway, and we're gonna have to get a lot of netherrack and lava. Well, actually, I don't even think I'm going to use netherrack. I think I'm going to use blackstone. But I'm going to make a dark city / castle type thing. That's right next to my mansion area. So I need to terraform all that. At least bring it up to about the same level as my area is. Fill in all the holes and caverns. Light up all the caverns too. That's another thing I'm going to have to take care of. So I plan on building a cobblestone generator because I'm running out of cobblestone because of my silk touch pickaxe. Obviously that's the only thing I use when I'm mining now. So I'm gonna have to make one. I want to make one of those, and I'm gonna make a huge one so that everybody on the server can use it. And then want to make basically I just want to make a huge industrial area. So that's what this place is gonna be. It's like a dark version of a city, but it's also like it's an industrial wasteland. Basically, is all it's gonna be. And then the castle will be like a huge storage area, I guess, that everyone can just use or come and grab stuff from, I guess, for big projects. I don't know, the sky's the limit for that, but I also need to work on a pyramid, which I was planning on making into a game for people in the realm. Hopefully I get this guy a little early. I actually want to check and see how many boxes I've put up so far. Probably not that many. Nah, not that many yet. Quite a bit, but not that many. I'm getting eggs faster today. Probably take 2 steps and another one hatches. I'm completely fine with it. Nope. There it is. Still no shiny. Let's see if I can't find a picture of him. Oh, all his yellow changes to purple, or kind of a light purple. Huh. Cool. So he won't have any yellow on him. I just like Orbital's look whenever it is shiny. I mean, it looks really, really wicked. Really wicked. Is there a decent shiny image of him? I think so. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. I was gonna post one up here, but there's not really one there. It's separate or a moving one, something like that, but oh well. So I assumed he kept the yellow stripe on his body, but apparently he loses that too, so that's good. We'll know him right away when we see him. So it's very obvious. Unfortunately, most of the new gens don't have their own separated shiny pictures yet. It's really sad. It's like all I got's photos up there of people that have found the shiny so far. Well, I could check Cerebi, they probably have a picture. Hey lady, did we already hatch all these? Almost. Got one left, and she hasn't found a single egg. There we go. I'm getting kind of concerned. She's not finding any eggs. She is, but she's just not doing it fast enough for them not to hatch. But I mean, they're bug types. I mean, they're gonna hatch fast. So. There we go. Get a few eggs before the next one. She had to squeeze that one out. I guess so. I don't know, Edgar. It's hard work raping a ditto, apparently. Got a 6 IV foreign ditto in there, so... Thought I lost it. Couldn't find out I just forgot to trade it over from my old games, but I'm still not completely convinced it's a legit foreign ditto, so to be honest, I'm actually looking for another one. Or I just keep doing wonder trades with all the ones that I've hatched and just pray and hope that maybe I'll get a foreign ditto that has 6 IVs at some point in time, that somebody had an extra one and didn't want. Since now we got the new ditto dens here on Ditto Island, on the Isle of Armor DLC pack. I need to actually go over there and start hunting in that den. Alright, so Cerebi. Just gonna pull that up real quick. There we go. Okay, I found an image. Is that the top? Okay, where'd it save it to? Don't it just save to pictures? Oh, there it is. There it is. So that's what the shiny looks like. Just gonna put it down here in the corner. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of Cerebi. They usually have that stuff up early, so. Oh. You know, the only reason why I played Pokemon Go, being brutally honest here, was just to get Meltan and Melmetal. So I'll only play other Pokemon games if I'm forced, basically, having my hand forced to collect the Pokemon that are needed to complete a Pokédex. Like in the game series, the original game series that I actually play a lot of. So that's the only reason that I actually played Pokemon Go. And once I got my Meltan and my Melmetal, I just stopped playing it. I mean, I might actually start playing it again just so I can get another Meltan and Melmetal, but the problem is I probably won't until after they start releasing the shiny ones, because I want to get shiny versions. So I can start working on a shiny dex at some point in time. That's really hard for people like me, though. Work a lot during the week. So basically all the yellow on the Pokemon and then the red on the Orbital gets replaced with purple. A lighter purple, which is really cool. I just want to be able to turn this into a Gigantamax shiny, so I can have more than just the 3 starters that are shiny. Come on, lady, find some more eggs. I was really hoping I could have got a foreign Blipbug from somebody when I tried off all my score bunnies, but I didn't. Not a single foreign 5 or 6 IV bug Pokemon. So I'm stuck with my foreign 6 IV Ditto, which I don't even think is legit because I got it off the global trading system when the global trading system was first released, and there was all those freaking hackers and stuff who hacked a lot of Pokemon. And now they're back. Full force. So which bug is available on Pokemon Go right now? Is it like some sort of what is the daily or the weekly day thing, the weekly day event called again? I can't remember, like neighborhood or something like that. Neighborhood event. Can't remember. Well, the problem with Pokemon Go right now is I sit at home and I can't even get anything. Like, they say or they advertise that they're changing it to where you can do more things from home, but I still can't do anything where I'm at. Oh, Community Day, that's what it's called, that's right. But yeah, you're supposed to be able to do like more from home on your phone now with the Pokemon Go, but I still can't find anything out where I live, because I live out in like basically the middle of nowhere, which is on the outskirts of the town. You go into town and all the Pokestops and all that stuff are in the district, the business district, where nobody's allowed to go right now because of this COVID crap. So it's like completely pointless for me to play the game. Even though they're advertising that you should be able to do more stuff from home, I still can't. So they don't really take care of the rural, however that's pronounced, the rural communities. People live out in the country, we're just stuck with doing nothing, basically. my mom plays the other Niantic game, which is the Wizard, the Harry Potter game that they came out with. I can't remember what it's called now. But she has a lot of issues out here too with it, so it's just like the only way you can actually play those games is to go into town. Yeah, so you see where I come from, I can't really enjoy it as much as probably you or other people can if you like living in an apartment in the city. I'm not that brave. I don't really like living in the city. I've always lived in the country. There are ways that they could make it more enjoyable for people out in the country, though. They could actually make it to where the GPS would actually pick up Pokemon out in the area. I mean, that'd make it legit. I mean, Pokestops should have to go somewhere, I guess. Yeah. There's too many on college campuses here. At the college my alma mater, the university there, they have way too many in the coffee shop, way too many in some of the complexes. You can't even have more than 5 people in there at a time, though, because it's so small of spaces. And you go outside, as soon as you go outside the building, you're too far away from it to actually get it to pick up your phone, and so you can't do the spins and stuff. So it's really detrimental to the whole thing. Now, mind you, that's not the coffee shop's fault. They've been trying to get some of those Pokestops and stuff moved out further from the building, but Niantic says it has to be inside. So, it is what it is. A lot of the churches, too, they have Pokestops. Some of them don't even want them, and they have them here in town. A couple of the churches have stopped that, and pastor or some of the people will come by when you come up to their parking lot. You got your phone out. They're like, "Can we help you?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just spinning at a Pokestop here at your church for some eggs and stuff." "What's that?" And we show them what it is, and they're like, "Well, we didn't know we had that. We're gonna have to turn this in because we don't want that here." Wow. Well, what's easier that I can do from home? Because so far I haven't been able to find any wild Pokemon out here where I live. And oh well, I have no Pokestops out here, and the gyms is the same thing. We have to literally stop the vehicle, get out, and get on the sidewalk in order to do anything out here in the city, at least. So that's the increased distance, is basically I can do it from the sidewalk now, instead of having to go inside the business, which is fine, but at the same time it's not right now. I tried the remote gym pass, it doesn't work. I'm too far away. Like, I live, like, literally 10 minutes outside of the business district, so that's too far away, apparently, because that's what it keeps telling me whenever I try to use those remote passes and crap. So yeah, they basically increased the distance you can use things, but only for people who actually live close to them, which I guess is fine. Just still doesn't help me any. People like me out in the country just gonna have to live without it, which I can. Yeah. Yeah, incenses don't even work out where I'm at. Me and my brother both tried an incense in the same location here in our game room here. And we literally found I think 2 Pokemon. That was it. Just 2 Pokemon in like 30 minutes time. And when I wanted to use them things, when they had the increased like 60-minute time limit on them, or maybe it was the 30 minutes that was increased time. I don't remember, but we wanted to use them then, and we're just like, nope, not even worth it. Yeah. So people like me that live way out in the country or just on the outskirts of the city, we're basically shafted from those games. Maybe in the future Niantic will work on it and make it great for everyone, but until then it's just basically a ripoff for me, because I can't do anything where I'm at. And we're still under kind of like lockdown conditions. You're only supposed to go out to go to work, go shopping, and then go home. So basically if I try to go out there and like play a game, I'm basically just gonna get put in jail for doing that. So if we had like larger hiking trails and stuff, I would actually go out and do that, because I know there's a lot on the Katy Trail that's near here, and then there's another trail that goes between the college campuses here in town, and that's really nice to walk through because there's a lot of Pokestops on it too, but we just don't do that very often, especially right now. So well, yeah, we tried that. We were supposed to get a spawn every minute when you use one, but if you live too far away from, like, I guess in town, it doesn't work. I literally have problems getting the game just to figure out where my GPS is at, where I'm at. It'll literally think that I'm on the highway and tell me to make sure that I'm not that I'm a passenger or whatever, and then all of a sudden it resets right where I'm at, like it's supposed to be showing me, right? And then maybe if I'm lucky it might find a Pokemon, but most of the time it doesn't find anything, because it thinks that I'm moving, because I live too far away from, I guess, where it has its better connections. I don't know. I'm not the only one that has the issue though. I have neighbors that have the same problem that play the game, or at least used to. They've given up on it as well. It's basically just made for city people, unfortunately. And we have really great internet out here, obviously, or else I wouldn't be able to stream. I mean, we have 1 gig connection with Wi-Fi and everything. But the GPS just doesn't work out here. And that's what the Achilles heel is to Niantic's games. They run off of GPS. You'd think they'd come up with a way for it to run off of the Wi-Fi instead, especially for people that live out in the country. That would fix a lot of the issues that we have with the game, because then it would stop trying to search for us. And I get there's a lot of things you could do with cheating and all that stuff if you took off the GPS, but I'm not trying to do that. I just want to be able to play the game decently, you know? And I don't get to have much fun with it if I can't even get Pokemon to pop up on it when I'm sitting at home during this pandemic thing. So like I said, it is what it is. I probably won't play it again until after they announce another shiny event for the Meltans. I'm kind of saving that box for then. About the only thing I pay attention to on that game right now is waiting for that. After I get the shiny of this guy, I'm going to start focusing on those Aurora raids. Trying to do everything I can on the max raid dens to find them and get our Zorora count. I want that 1 million Zororas, so that way we can get the shiny. Since I got 2 games, I can get 2 shinies, and I'm going to make sure I get the competitive shiny for him on both games. Zorora's is one of my favorites. Oh, hatched another one. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Pokemon Go to the point that I wouldn't suggest playing it. I mean, it's a great game. So don't get me wrong on that. When we go hiking on trails and stuff, we can use it a lot, which is kind of weird because most of the trails run through the country too. But they actually work because there's a lot of city things there. But once I get to my house or my neighbors or any other farms out here, and it's just it loses all its GPS features completely. Like they just get all wacky. So it makes it unplayable for me. But once the pandemic's over, I'll probably go back out and start doing the hiking trails and stuff again. And I could probably play the game a lot easier then, because there's a lot of Pokestops and stuff on the trails, which is really nice. That's where I got most of my shinies on that game from, is on the trail, so... Yeah, so basically I just quit playing it altogether just because of the pandemic, really, to be honest. But, the other thing I don't really like about it is the fact that the raids, you have to have, like, so many people doing the raids at the same time. And I think the most I've ever had doing a raid somewhere is like 3 people. Because they usually happen at, like, hours that everybody's working. So, and if I'm working nights and I have the daytime off and I go out to do a raid at like 12 o'clock when everybody should be on lunch, they're not wanting to come out there and do a raid. They want to go get their lunch and then go back to work. So, another big pet peeve of mine, I can't get most of the rare ones because nobody in the town wants to do the raids. Now, I do like the fact they're bringing the Mega Evolution out. Can't wait for that, but I still haven't got my scissor on there. There's one time I saw a Scyther out here, and my brother caught it, but I couldn't. It got away. Oh, I was so upset. I got a metal coat and everything. I'm just waiting to get it. Come on, shiny. I do like the gym aspect of it, though, where you can take over the gym and your team can place a Pokemon with yours, and that becomes the team that somebody else's team has to beat. Then you can heal your teammate's Pokemon whenever you go to that stop, or that Pokemon gym. God, my nose itches. It's definitely a great game when I could travel, but basically just not allowed to spend that much time out right now, obviously. So people in the country just basically just have to give up the game for right now, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, they've been giving some free coins too, just haven't used them. I've just been stockpiling them. I remember when they first gave away the like 50 lucky eggs and max revives and all that stuff, or was it revives only? It might have been revives. And then the Stardust, and there was a big massive giveaway that they gave a lot of rare items to players for free. I don't even know why. Some sort of huge event. I think it was celebrating an anniversary of the game. That was a pretty good deal. I still have all that stuff. I haven't used any of it. I think they even gave us like 50 Ultra Balls. Do they even have Master Balls on that game yet? That's something I never even thought of until now. I just can't believe it's been 20 years since the Snap game came out for the Nintendo 64. I was talking to my brother when I was watching that. The featurette they had on the DLC coming out and everything else they've come out with so far. Like the brushing teeth thing and all that funny stuff. Then they re-announced that Pokemon Snap 2, and I was like, it's been at least 10 years since that game came out. And then they said it was 20. I was like, what? Yeah, that was... What else? I'd actually never played that game on 64. I actually played Pokemon Coliseum. Not Coliseum, Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2. Still have both of them. I still have my 64. The thing is, I can't play it, though, because a mouse chewed up the fucking cord on it. Still gotta get something to replace that with. That's one thing about my family. We keep all the consoles and all the, like, games to these consoles, and they still work. Yeah. Man, I've moved, like, so many times, too, and then we moved in this place, and it had a mouse problem. So we fixed the mouse problem, obviously, but just going through the cardboard boxes and replacing them with plastic so that way, you know, mice couldn't chew through They'd like to chew through cardboard, obviously, and it's easy for them to do that. They won't like to chew through plastic because it's harder. And of course it makes a lot more noise. Yeah, I think I was too. I think I keep saying I was like 8 years old, but I'm pretty sure I was 10. Because I'm 32 now. Pokemon came out in 98, which means since I was born in 88, I had to have been 10 years old. Unless I played the Japanese edition. I don't remember. I really don't remember, but I still have the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and both the original games. I have both blue and red. I got my brother's blue. He gave it to me, so... I have my original yellow cartridge. I have my original gold cartridge and silver cartridge, which the silver was my main one, because Lugia. He's one of my favorite legendaries. But I have all of those. They're in their protective plastic cases they used to make back then for us to store them in, since we usually throw away the boxes. I still have the original box the games came in. I don't even know if that thing's worth anything, and I don't even care. Because I just want to keep it. Like, I've kept most of the game boxes that my games have come in, and everything from Pokemon. Got the little guides and everything. The guidebooks or whatever, the how-to books that came with them. I still have first edition basic Charizards from the trading card game. If that tells you anything about how old I am. I still have them. Like, I'm sure I could sell them for a lot, but I won't because it's just nostalgia, you know? I still have a lot of Pokemon trading cards, but I stopped collecting trading cards. It's gotten so expensive and ridiculous. They keep releasing a new deck or a new set of cards, like it seems like every month now. Yeah, I still have my Game Boy Advance, my Game Boy Color, the Game Boy. Got the Nintendo 64, which I can't play until I get a new power cord for it. I don't even know if they make those anymore. Probably have to find it on Amazon or something. Might even be able to get a hold of Nintendo and see if they could get me one. That'd be cool. So all the games and stuff still work on it. And I've never had to blow in the cartridge to get it to work. I think there was one game I had to do that on, and that was like the wrestling games, but that was because the old WWF wrestling games, or WWEs it's called now, I guess. And that was because I let my friends borrow them, and they'd always just lay them up on top of the TV or something. I always put them in protective cases because I didn't want anything bad to happen to them. Oh, that's an easy fix, believe it or not. My brother and I, we've done a lot of fixing on these old things where the springs and stuff wore out or something like that. My brother's really, really good with that stuff. I know now they're coming up with reasons why they don't want people to be fixing their consoles and stuff, but we do it anyway because we really don't care what they say. Because we paid a lot of money for that stuff, and we live in poverty, so there's no way we're shipping it off to the company to get it fixed for like $250 when we could literally fix it with like $2. I mean, that's a no-brainer. If it's only gonna cost me $2, I'm gonna go for the $2. Because that's what poor people do. Oh, no batteries in it? Okay, well, I thought maybe the batteries eroded the springs. That'd be bad. I've seen that happen before on certain devices. That's one thing I'm glad I was actually smart enough to do as a kid. Whenever I was not playing my Game Boy, or I knew I wasn't going to play it for a long time, I just went ahead and took the batteries out of it. Just put the battery back on it. The back enclosure back on it. Kept it empty. I even took the games out of it and put them in their own little protective cases. There's a protector that goes into the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance too, which I use to keep them from getting dust inside their parts too. Luckily, the Nintendo 64 has flaps on it, so you didn't have to worry about that. Nintendo actually started getting smart with that, protecting the console and stuff. Like, before it was even a thing. Like, on their Super Nintendo and the regular Nintendo, they did that. They had the flap on it to prevent dust from going in where the game cartridge goes. Oh, man, the nostalgia right now. You got me going, Edgar. Yeah, there's still a lot of Pokemon in those games. I think I've started them over, I don't know how many times. Like, I've traded all my Pokemon over to one version and then kept restarting, like, the red version or something. It's crazy how many times I've restarted those games. And the grind to 100 on those games, oh my god. That was ridiculous. And I'll never forget the very first trading card that I ever got. It was from a vending machine. Back when they had those vending machines with the little cardboard covers and the cards were inside, or the stickers were inside because they had stickers in them. It was like $1.25 for one of those. I got a Dragonite, a first edition Dragonite out of that. That was the very first Pokemon card I ever got. I don't have it anymore though. I traded it. I traded it to one of my friends for something that was much rarer. Because it was his favorite Pokemon, and he traded me my favorite Pokemon, which was Charizard back then. Let's just put it that way. So it was a pretty decent trade back then. Probably not for him, but he didn't care. I mean, Dragonite was his favorite Pokemon of all time, and he wanted it. So. And that was before I even had Charizard, because Charizard was so rare in the packs to get. And then eventually I got too many of them. I remember getting in trouble for taking those card binders to school all the time, in middle school. And then I started getting in trouble for having my Game Boy Color with me at school. I didn't care. Yeah, I have 7 of those, first edition, and like 6 that are base 2 series. I got a lot of them from those series because that's when the cards were the packs were really cheap back then. I think they were like $1 a piece back then where I was living at. It's like Hannibal, Missouri, close to Hannibal, Missouri. That's the GameStop we used to go to. That's probably a stapled town, but not in a good way anymore. That's the Mark Twain, birthplace of Mark Twain, so. But yeah, that's where I used to go for our Pokemon trading card tournaments, and I was a bug gym leader for the Game Boys. Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Advance, and then the DS before the 3DS came out. It was DSi, that's what I think it was called. So on those game cartridges, I was always a bug gym leader. It was really, really fun to be handing kids that were younger than me or even older than me, people that were older than me, badges whenever I'd lose. I mean, that was just like the funnest thing ever for me. And I really miss that. I can't do that anymore, though, because of, I guess they just don't host those anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why they even stopped. They never even gave us a reason why they stopped doing it. Yeah, I couldn't get into the cards and like battling because I was never good at the battling with the trading cards. I mean, my brother and I, every once in a while, if we get really bored, we'll pull out our old decks and we'll battle it out, but just for fun between family, you know. But I never really took those battles seriously. As a gym leader, though, I always took those seriously. With the games. That's something I really wanted to do now, is do these gym battles online with people with these new games that we got and games that come out in the future. I just want to be a gym leader, you know, and have a badge and just be able to send it to people, even if it's just a picture of a badge. I don't even care, you know. It's fun. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. It matters to the other person if they win, because they want that badge, right? But yeah, I used to have an Elite Four. There's 8 gym leaders, and we'd always battle out to see who would be a member of the Elite Four, and then the champion would always be a player who beat all of us, of course. So. Oh god, the disc things? Yeah. Those things were terrible. I think I know what you're talking about. Those, wasn't that the, like, coins? It's like the plastic coins, is what I always called them, but they're like discs, and it's like a flipping game. So you flipped them, and if you got it right, you could do a lot of massive amount of damage, and basically your hit points is kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost, I think. I don't really remember that game. I could never get into that one. My brother actually loved that one. I don't know why. I don't remember what that was called. But they did Star Wars with that too. I remember that. I don't even think that hit off really well. I think it was good for like 1 or 2 years, and then finally it just died out. Now the coins are basically just collector's items. Or the discs. But yeah, I do kind of remember that. I remember the best version of Pokemon Stadium that ever came out was Coliseum for me. Because it had its own region, its own storyline and everything, besides the stadium type thing. Tazos? Is it Tazos? Tazos? I don't know. I think they were called flippers here. I don't know exactly. I can't remember. My brother could probably tell you all about them. Potato chips, they were in like Cracker Jack boxes here, I think, at first, and like they were in a plastic bag inside Cracker Jacks or even cereal boxes. And then they started selling them separately in like this. They'd give you a big old Nesh bag with a whole bunch of different ones in it, and you had a chance at like 3 rare ones and then a super or ultra rare in the bag with like 30 tokens in there or 30 discs in there. I do remember that part when it hit off for a little while. But it's like I said, it only hit off here for like 1 or 2 years, and then it started to die down. And now they're just basically collector's items. They're in the trading card location at Walmart and all that stuff now. So they're still for sale, but they're not as big as they were. They used to be advertised on TV. The sad thing is, I could never get into the Pokemon series on TV until X and Y. X, Y, and Z was like the only series I could get into. Tazos? Okay. Give me a second here. So I can get another egg. Yeah, that's exactly what they were. Like a little aluminum disc with kind of a lip on them. That's what some of the newer ones look like anyway. The older ones, the ones that first came out, were just like a flat coin. That's what I always thought they were, was just coins or tokens, you know? And my brother was like, no, that's not what it is. Yeah, they're very rare now, apparently. It's what it says right here. Sorted Tazos. Pogs. Mexico, no repeat, lot, rare. We got Looney Tunes, looks like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Simpsons, WWE, and then Pokemon. They even had Digimon on there. Pokemon Go is the newest ones. That's crazy, so they are still making them. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's just like, I never got into that. Like I said, my brother did, but I didn't. Yeah, I knew exactly what you were talking about. They look like coins to me, like the flipping coins you use in a TCG battle. But that's not exactly what they are. Yeah, I could never get into the series though until X, Y, and Z for Pokemon. I've always been a big fan of the games. The only series I actually got into that was animated was Digimon. That series had me hooked for a while. And so did Power Rangers. Power Rangers back then was awesome. Those were big things back in the day, I guess. And then Looney Tunes, of course. We used to love watching those with the grandparents. Elmer Fudd hunting Bugs Bunny. It's too bad, though, now. Rest in peace for the guns in those shows. My country's been dumbed down to like tremendous depths. Huh. Really? I don't know if I like that idea. I wouldn't be. I'd have to be making sure that I trained my flipper for a while. I want to be the best flipper so that I could make sure that I kept the most coins or most of the Tazos then. I'm not even going to be upset if I don't get this guy today. I'll probably just try for him even after the stream's over if I don't. I just really want a shiny one that I can Gigantamax. Hopefully he has the compound eyes too, he or she. I'm trying to guarantee that. You would always keep yours? You must have been an excellent flipper then. Yeah, my luck with flipping is not that good. My luck with anything is probably not that good, to be honest. I've had the best luck in Minecraft, though, and I'm really upset with myself that I didn't start playing that when it first came out. Shiny Blipbug, please! Yeah, my most favorite memories back then were of being a gym leader, of course, and then, of course, the one year that I actually made it into the Elite Four. I became the top of the Elite Four. I was the last person to battle because I won the right to with my entire bug team. So I made it to where I beat all the other people that made it into the Elite Four with me. So that meant I was the top guy. So I had to use only one of each type, you know, so I couldn't use a whole bug team like normal, because you're basically Lance. So you have to have a full-on, like, team that's going to put up a good fight for the champion, or the person who wants to be the champion. So that was legit, like, the best time I had. I know it took, like, I think it was, like, it took over 10 people before I finally lost to one of them who became the champion. But, I mean, it was really close. But those were the days, dude. I really wish GameStop would have never stopped doing them. I don't know why they did. Thicker ones? I'm trying to... I don't know. I know I have some Star Wars Zaccos, because one of them came with, or actually I got two of them from the two newest movies that came out that I bought. Like the new Star Wars movies that came out. They came with a free Zacco in the package. Which, it never dawned on me that that's what that is. I think that's what they're called, is Zaccos here. Can't remember now. I threw that coin or whatever it's called in here somewhere, but I don't think I'm going to find it. I got too much stuff in here. Yeah, I was a big fan of Zoids too. Like, one of my most favorite games ever for GameCube was the Zoids game. Next, second to XD Gale of Darkness, Pokemon. That was a great game. Still is. Yeah, good old times. There's too much nostalgia going on right now. Yeah, those are the good old days. I think there's some people that actually do act as gym trainers on YouTube. I don't know. I was going to see if I couldn't find them and see if I couldn't join up with them. If there's a way to, like, battle into them or what. It's like they have a gym leader for each type of Pokemon. So, like, you know, Fairy, Dragon, all that. They have a gym leader for each type, and then they have their own Elite Four, and then the champion is whoever the last person was to beat everyone. So I thought that'd be really neat to join up with that. Ah. Can we get the shiny now? I'm going to come up with some nicknames for this too. I've had Giga Beetle, Orbit. Gotta come up with something better though than those two, because this is gonna be a shiny. Shiny Gigantamax Orbital. You're finding them fast now, lady. There is another part of the Pokemon series that I did like too. That was the rivalry that they had in the, I think it was the Diamond and Pearl series? Yeah, with Infernape. That was an epic battle. I liked that one. Between Ash and Paul. But X, Y, and Z series will forever be my favorite, because it actually made Ash look like he had grown up and knew what he was doing, and then all of a sudden Alola came out and it was just like, oh, he's a kid again. Great. Like he completely forgot what he's doing again. It's like, wow. Oh, crap. My bad. I took that egg when I shouldn't have. Get to talking and I forget. It's alright. I need to switch it out for this one. Unless it's the shiny. That was the last one for the box. Still got a lot of box space to fill. I completely emptied out all my boxes. Just so I can breed for some favorites here. Shiny hunt breed. Did you ever get into Beyblade? That was another thing my brother was into. That was actually kind of fun to watch, the Beyblade thing. Because he bought the stadium thing and all that stuff, and some Beyblades. You could actually design your own and use them. They used to have tournaments all the time with that too. It's fun to watch for me, I just never really got into it. Whoa! Stop using the joystick. Just let off of it and it gets all crazy and tries to drive my bike through the door. Yeah, these controllers right here, these are amazing. I just want to say, Nintendo outdid themselves with this control. It literally lasts, the battery in this thing lasts for 48 hours. Literally. My brother and I tested it out and everything, because we both got one. And they both lasted a little bit longer than 48 hours, to be honest. But, I mean, it tells you when it's dying, and that you need to charge it. So, we left them unplugged while using them and leaving them on for 2 days. And 2 nights. Literally amazing. You will never have to worry about it dying on you while you're trying to play a game. Unless you forget to plug it in for a very long time. I don't even know how much this cost, to be honest. I can't even remember now. I know it was the cheapest option that I had available to me. Just FYI, in case anybody was wondering. It's a wireless controller. All you gotta do is literally just plug it into the stand USB cable while the console is sitting in it, and then it connects to your Switch. And then literally all you gotta do is, after that, you can just unplug it from the cable, hit the home button, it turns the Switch on and the controller on. It's that simple of a connection system, and Nintendo really outdid themselves with it, I think. Super simple. It's a lot better than the wired controller that I bought. But it is a Pikachu controller, so I couldn't really pass it up. If they had a Charizard or Scizor one, I would buy it too, so. Just saying. Hey, Bevic. Where's the B3? Welcome back. You're shiny hunting for my Blipbug now, so I can get a Gigantamax shiny Orbeetle. The easy way, basically. Doing the den thing is just ridiculous. I can't stand it. It's actually more boring than this to me. At least with this way, I'll have a bunch of Pokemon that I can Wonder Trade and hopefully get, well, not hopefully, I will get a lot of foreign Pokemon with pretty good IVs and pretty bad ones too, but at least I'll have some foreign Pokemon that I can use to breed later instead of the Ditto. It makes breeding go a little bit faster because the Ditto can kind of slow it down a little bit. Because literally if I had 2 bug types in there, 2 Blipbugs, we'd be getting eggs like no tomorrow. Anybody here play the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the new one, for the Switch? Because my brother is a big fan of the Mystery Dungeon games. I only played the one for Game Boy Advance. I did like it. I really want to get back into it, really, because it was really fun to play. I just like the aspect of being a trainer, though. So that's why I bought these. So I might pick it up eventually, but I'd like to know some reviews on it first to see if it's, you know, a little bit better than the original ones that came out. Because they kind of took a hiatus there for a little while. I think it was between the red and blue teams. And we had the... I think there was one in between there that added some more Pokemon. Oh, you never played any of those? Yeah, like I said, I played the red team one, which was released on Advance. My brother got the blue team, which was the other version, which was released on DSi. Because it was when they just released DSi and they had Game Boy Advance still out. So instead of making 2 versions for both consoles, they made a version for each console, and they could still be compatible with one another, which was kind of cool, but at the same time, you didn't really need it, so... I do like them, though. I mean, you can, basically, it's a dungeon delver, so, and you have a bunch of squares. When you get into battles, you have a bunch of squares for your Pokemon to move. You move your Pokemon, which is you, because you're turned into a Pokemon, basically, at the beginning of the game. And you're given these squares to move, and you can use long-range attacks, short-range attacks, but you have to be up close, obviously. And you have your area of effect skills, which, like, affect the whole entire area. So, like, Overheat would hit everything in the vicinity, including your own teammates if they weren't in a hallway or something. So, I mean, I like the aspects. I loved the fact that you could be creative and inventive with the game that way. I just, I didn't have the chair time to do a lot of the dungeons, so I don't know if they've dumbed down the dungeon levels and all that stuff. I'd really like to know. Because it used to be that they'd have like 99 to 100 floors, and in order to get Mewtwo, we had to make it to this 99th floor, and you had a rare to slim to none chance that once you reach level 50, floor level 50, there would either be a portal to take you up to the 51st floor, or there wouldn't be. And most of the time I got to the 50th floor, there wasn't a teleportal to take me up. So I could never get Mewtwo in that game. I was really heartbroken by that. Oh, psh. Hit the wrong button. Yeah, but I mean, I liked the game, but at the same time, it was just way too much chair time for it. Because at that time, they released the Dungeons games, and then I think Diamond and Pearl just came out right after that. So yeah. I didn't really have that much time to spend on it, except for the little time that I had. So I'm kind of curious if anybody's ever played them. I played Pokemon Ranger, but I literally only played it and played it over and over again, like hundreds of times until I finally got the shiny Manaphy egg. That was redonkulous, the most redonkulous shiny in the world I've ever had to get. The Celebi was a close second just because of the fact that its animation, you had to wait for the animation of it swooping down to you as the trainer for like 5 minutes each time you soft reset to get it to be the shiny. But yeah. Getting that Manaphy egg. It was easy to beat the game once you got into it. But just constantly playing that game over and over again was getting really boring. The storyline. Repeating the storyline just so you could beat it as fast as possible. And hundreds of times just try to get the shiny egg. Oh, it's ridiculous. But fortunately for me, I've got so many I had so many Manaphies that my friends all got a free Manaphy from me. So I mean, I guess that was a plus from it. Oh, Pokemon Pinball? Wow. So you don't still have all your older versions, like Red and Blue or all that? Only kept the pinball game? I think I've seen that game advertised, but I never picked it up. Come on, give me the shiny, please. Darn. Rip. I still have all mine. They're just buried in their protective cases in that drawer. I'd like to have one of those ginormous game rooms where I could have a setup where I have all the nostalgic stuff in like little display cases throughout the room, while also having them hooked up, because I have my GameCube still hooked up. Every once in a while, my brother and I will play like Pokemon Coliseum, or I'll play XD Gale of Darkness, or I'll play Zoid's Battle Combat. It's like the only 3 games I have for the GameCube. Only games I'll ever own for it, unfortunately. Oh, well, I think Smash Brothers. I think there's a Smash Brothers game on there, too. Oh, nice. Yeah, I had Red. See, Red and Yellow were the first 2 I bought. Then my brother gave me his Blue when he stopped playing for a little while. After, I think Gold was the last thing he played. Because I got Silver, he got Gold. And Crystal, I didn't get it until it was released on Virtual Console for the 3DS, which allowed us to get Celebi for the first time ever legitimately in the country, besides using the events that they always launch, you know. So we were actually able to shiny hunt a legit Celebi in Crystal version on the Virtual Console edition. which was fantastic for me. But 12,000 soft resets and a month later, I finally had it. But yeah, I got Emerald on the console, or on the cartridge. I got its cartridge still. I used to have Platinum, but I gave it to a friend who never got into Diamond and Pearl, but he did want to play Platinum because it was a little bit better storyline for Giratina, obviously. But I took all my Pokemon off of it, reset it for him, and then gave it to him so he could have a version to play, and he's picked up every version after that ever since. I have White? No. I have Black version, and then I bought White 2 thinking that since I bought the Black version the first time, the White version the second time would have the Pokemon I was needing that I didn't have on Black version, and I was seriously upset when I found out after I'd already purchased it that the White version actually had all the originals that the Black version had, so I should have bought the Black 2 version so I could get all the ones I didn't have before. That was back when my brother was not playing, so unfortunately I didn't have very much fun with that series. That was a dark days for me. But I did like White 2, and I did like Black. Especially the second version, just because of the fact that we had that girl, the opposing person who was either a girl or a guy. I think it was always a girl. I think it's always a girl. She rides the Ferris wheel with you and talks to you all the time, and then you get to trade with her after you get done riding the Ferris wheel with rare Pokemon. She gives you rare Pokemon with high IVs, and it's really nice. And then they had the shinies in the battle towers that you could get on the 50th level, or after 50 battles or something like that. You had to win like 50 battles before you could get it. But yeah, but when X and Y came out, that was a huge game changer. Oh man, my Scizor, always been my favorite. Used them throughout all the versions. Not the shiny one, of course, just the non-shiny. I didn't really start shiny hunting for him until after X and Y. And then finally got him in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I got a couple of them. That's like when they increased the odds for us even further to where we could actually get shinies a lot easier. It's still kind of difficult. It still takes a lot of chair time. Unless you use the Matsuda method, of course. But yeah, X and Y with the Mega Evolutions. Oh man, I loved the Mega Evolutions. And then the Alola region came out, and we were able to use the Mega Evolutions and Z Crystals. And obviously the Z Crystals will only be available in the Alola region. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, the Mega Evolutions would carry over into all versions following that. Because, I mean, they literally do bring Pokemon that have been in the dark for a long time out of that spot and make them more viable again. And it just throws a curveball in battles. Obviously, I understand why they wouldn't allow Mega Stone evolutions right now with Dynamaxing, because basically that probably just break the competitive edge, I guess. Although, if you think about it, with being able to use an Alolan Crystal, Z Crystal, and a Mega Evolution, that was kind of broken in itself. Because you could literally have a Kyogre or Groudon, then a regular Mega Evolution Pokemon, and use an overpowered Z Crystal move. All in the same match. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of broken. Too much effort? What's too much effort? The putting the Mega Evolutions in? I don't know. I mean, I still think they should have put him in, regardless, and then just made it to where we could only use a Mega Evolution or a Dynamax or Gigantamax form, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't even have cared if they limited it. I think they should just still allow it because it's not limited to any region, like most of the new things are coming out with. Because obviously Dynamax and Gigantamax is limited to this area, this region alone. So there are some limiting factors, which is fine by me. Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm hoping they will. Oh, too much effort to come up with more megas? I see what you're saying. I don't see how that is. I mean, they could even look at the community's pictures and stuff that people have done for ones that they think should have mega evolutions that really should. Take their art, give them credit for it, and use it, you know? I mean, I'm glad they're coming up with new stuff on top of the mega evolutions, but don't just, like, let go of the mega evolutions so soon. I mean, it was a good thing. It's a really good thing because it brings the Pokemon that are really needing an extra boost to be viable for battles, that boost that they're needing. There's some Pokemon I never even respected at all, like Audino and all that stuff. Got a Mega Evolution, and you just gotta respect Pokemon that had a Mega Evolution after that, because I mean... Oh man, Scizor, my Scizor getting the Mega Evolution, that was just hype. And Beedrill, oh my goodness, the Beedrill. And Mewtwo's Mega Evolutions and Charizard's Mega Evolutions. Man, I was in heaven with all those Mega Evolutions on my favorites. I mean, Bulbasaur and Blastoise. Blastoise I thought was kind of robbed, though. He had the arm cannons added on, and I thought he should have had cannons like all over him like he does now on his Gigantamax. It's kind of disappointing that he got what everybody's wanting on him for the Gigantamax. Oh, come on, Shiny. What do you think of the variant forms for the legendary birds? The original legendary birds. I think Moltres looks exactly like he should have. To begin with. With a different color on the fire. Articuno looks amazing as well. They kind of did Zapdos wrong though, he's like a fighting chicken now. I do like the new Regis though. The two new Regis they added, I could get behind. Those other three though, the three original, the Ice one and the Rock one and the Steel one, I never did have respect for them, but the Regigigas I did, but yeah. Yeah, I like the variant forms of the legendary birds, I really do. I mean, I guess at least Zapdos is still fighting and a flying type, but they kind of did it wrong. He's now a chicken. He's a fighting rooster. That's actually a good good perspective to have for Zapdos, I guess. The Chocobo. Chocobo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's funny. I get where you're coming from, but it's, yeah, you're right. I wonder if they're going to come up with more variants, though. I haven't even seen the variant form of Slowking. I wonder what it looks like. Because all I've done is trade over my regular Slowking. And once I find this shiny, that's one of the things I'm going to have to do, apparently, is trade them to the daycare and use up all my money doing that. I guess some people said it only takes like 20 minutes to do. So, I guess I'll have to go through and do that at some point in time. so I can complete that dex and get the things that you're supposed to get. There supposedly is. I know in the picture it shows that he has a black outline thing around his neck, whereas his original is red and white, so I don't know if it's just the thing that surrounds around his neck that has changed, or if even the stuff on his head changes. 'Cause I know so for him to get that cannon, hey Ben, for him to get the cannon, you have to get that Galarian twig thing for that woman. So like you gather these twigs and she forms a bracelet or a crown. I think the crown is what's used for his head item. Obviously the bracelet is used for that cannon to be on his arm. So I don't know. I'm sure his typing has changed, at least. And probably the color of his head. But that might be it. It's probably still got the shelter on his head or whatever. Somebody battle this kid. Ben. I want to see if they have anything on that. Oops. Yeah, it looks like he's just a regular Slowking on there. I don't know about... let's try database, see if they have anything on it. But they don't have a picture for the Slowking. Yeah, he's got a... Okay, so he's still got the shelter on his head, obviously, but it changes from the red and white like ribbon thing around his neck to like a black cloak that goes all around him, and his color has changed, so it's kind of pink, but it has the purple still on his arms and his tail, but it doesn't show his head. It's still crossed off. Like nobody's put a picture up of him yet, so I don't think anybody's got him yet. So I wonder if nobody's figured out how to get him yet. That's interesting. Yeah, he's still poison and psychic. Yeah, so nobody's really got a picture of him yet, apparently. I looked at Cerebi.net, and I looked at database. M&J-TV has a shiny one. Slowking, the new Slowking, the Galarian form. I mean, I haven't seen one. I didn't see a picture of it. I can Google, I guess, to see if there's a picture of it posted. Huh. Galarian Slowking. Ah, yeah, there is a picture. It's kind of weird. It covers his whole entire head. Let's see if I can't pull it up on here real quick. Well, that was the shortest battle in history. Pull it up, it has all 3 of them on it. Yeah, so, okay, that's too big. That's way too big. That's what he looks like. That's the Slow King. Like, that is so weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it looks kind of cool. You don't want to drag these games on, do you? I think after the nuke, you don't even need to use the drill, the volcano, and the COVID-19. You've just, like, fried the entire planet, so there's no point in even going that far. That's not it? Well, there's no other pictures other than that one up there, so I just Googled it. That's the only picture I can find with, like, Slow King and stuff like that on there. That is fan art. Well, there's no pictures of it posted, and I couldn't find anything on the Google even using images. So you'd think if somebody would have caught it by now or figured out how to make it or whatever, then they would have posted a picture of it so that the websites could share it. I'm assuming you have to get the twig crown in order to form it, like you have to do the twig bracelet in order for it to get the cannon, so. There. Did you post it in the Discord? I know you can't post links in my chat. No, I can't see links because you can't share links. I had to turn that off because there was too many there's too many people like private messaging shall we say, links that shouldn't be posted on a chat. No, it's not in chat, dude. Like I said, you can't share links. And I'm not turning it back on because I've been fighting YouTube with this for I don't know how long. If you got a picture of it, just share it to the Discord. I got the Discord link up there. And until YouTube tries to start fixing their chat boxes to where people can't just like spread like porn and crap in there, then I'm not gonna turn it back on. I get tired of being messaged crap that I don't want to look at. There's some people that share links on it they definitely should not be allowed to, but yet they do. So, and they get away with it. It doesn't matter if I ban them; they can make another account. So that's why I just turned it off. No, I'm not turning it on just for a minute. You can either share it to Discord or we're just not even going to worry about it. That's just, I have to follow the community policies anyway because I'm not going to get banned off of YouTube for people being allowed to share links they shouldn't be allowed to. I just can't trust people to do the right thing on my YouTube chat, so I even have to ban messages all the time that people post in my comment section on videos and live streams that are not appropriate. Because if I don't, then I get in trouble. So it's a lose-lose for me. I'm sorry. It's just safer and easier for Discord to have to deal with it, because at least they help me. It's not that hard just to go ahead and post it in Discord. It'll pop up for me. I didn't want to talk to you again. Yeah, so you can blame YouTube for not wanting to do anything about the spam that I always get. And I just got tired of it, so I've just turned completely off all sharing of stuff like that. The only thing that's allowed to be shared is stuff that I put in there, and I can't help it. I just can't trust people to do the right thing. And just turning it on for a minute just opens the door for way too many people, including the ones that have probably sent messages to get through the door, and then it becomes my headache because I have to report every bad link that's shared to YouTube directly, so that way I don't get my privileges taken away. So it's just it's a no-win situation for YouTube streamers, unfortunately, but I mean, it is what it is. And maybe if I was one of their highly paid streamers, then they'd probably care about me, but I'm not, so I do this for a hobby, so I can't really just do that stuff. I can post it in there, but I mean it's right up there. You can't just read it and then type it in. I'm guessing you're on a phone or something. Now you can post it in general chat or whatever, if you're allowed to. I might have to give you options if you're not even on Discord yet. There. Yeah, if my moderators were on 24/7 like most of those people that stream 24/7, I wouldn't have to. I'd just leave the links turned on and then they could deal with the spam. But I have to deal with everything, including turning it into YouTube now, because that's a thing since the COPPA ruling that they lost. Every single bad link or dirty link that is sent to us, we have to do type up a whole thing on it. Give them the details of who sent it, and so they can go through and do the community policies, which is to basically ban people now for doing stuff like that. Doesn't matter if I allow kids to watch my channel or not, it's still bad and it's still wrong, so I'm just not even going to turn it back on anymore. No, that's the slow bro. That's not the slow king. We're talking about slow king, Binsky. Yeah, I know. I see that. But yeah, that's slow bro. That's the new slow bro on the Discord. We're talking about slow king, the Galarian form of slow king. That's the one I was trying to get across in that photo, because that's the best that I could come up with for him. If you don't have a photo of him, then that's the one we're talking about. We're not talking about Slowbro. I already know about Slowbro. I got a Slowbro. We're talking about the new Galarian form of Slow King. Like, nobody's like posted a picture of it on Cerebi or Pokemon Database, and even like just Googling it, I can only find a couple of pictures that may be what it looks like. I have no idea. I just know it has that black cape thing around it. Yeah, we know what the Slowbro looks like. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the Slowbro looks like. They released the picture of it when they first released the DLC, or before they even released the DLC. We just have no idea what the Slowking looks like. Yeah, it's the one that kept coming up for me too, was the pick with the head painted over. That's because they were trying to hide it from us. That's the one that Pokemon actually officially released. So I'm pretty sure we have to put like the twig crown on his head, and that's how you evolve him. Like with the crown, it used to be the crown for turning him into the Slowking. What is that, King's Rock or something? King's Crown or something like that? I can't remember what it's called. That's basically the same one that I shared, Binsky. Yeah. It's the same one. It's got the shelter on his head. And it like either covers his entire head, which I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure it covers his entire head because it looks like it does. So his eyes are the eyes of the shelter, or the thing that was inside the shelter. And he's got like a horn on either side, or one is broken off. And he's got that little gold thing on the top of it. And he's got that black cloak all around him. So I'm pretty sure his face is entirely cloaked by the thing. So yeah, that's basically what I was showing. That was the closest I could get to it, was that one picture I shared. But yep. So obviously the cloister, or the shelter, or cloister, whatever it is that bit his head this time, is covering his entire head, basically, including his eyeballs, which is kind of neat. Yeah, so it's basically the same picture I just showed everybody. Yep, well then you're too young. Can't help it. That's because there's a lot of dirty memes in the meme section. Please what? That's the rules, dude. If you wanna bypass the rules, then change your age to 18. I'm not gonna change it for you. I'm not gonna give you a pass, because then your parents could come after me with a lawsuit, and I don't do that stuff. All right. I work in administration. I know how this works. You want to be part of something that you're not old enough to be in, then you lie, because I'm not lying for you. That's just as bad as lying for people that want me to buy alcohol for them. I wouldn't do it. So, I mean... It doesn't matter if you donated $200, dude. You lie about your age. I'm not doing that. I have too much experience with lawsuits. That's why I work in administration for a hospital. You have to be 18 or older to enter the channel. Then you have to be 18 or older to enter the channel. If you don't like that, then I guess create a new account and lie about your age. That's what most people do. Then it's on you and your parents. So your parents can't come after me that way. That's the way of the American lifestyle, I'm afraid. Wait, so you're 13 years old and you're the one that donated all that money? I bet your parents want all that money back. I can't help it, Ben. I'm not breaking the rules or laws and regulations for a kid. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. You do what you gotta do. I gotta protect myself too, you know. Kappa is a thing, even on Discord. I just told you the easiest way to get around it. Just lie about your age, but it's on you once you do that. I'm not breaking rules and regulations for a kid. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Because then it puts everything on me, and your parents could actually sue me in a court of law. Well, I'm happy for them. I'm a dirt poor American. They could literally own me right now. So that's how American society works. So unfortunately, I'm smart enough to know and understand the laws and regulations in our country. As soon as I let you into that channel, that puts me at risk, and I can't take the risk. Well, you're going to have to take that up with them, I guess. Like I said, you can just create a new Discord person, lie about your age, and then you take full responsibility for your actions. I can't do that for you, because then that puts me in a bad place. I don't know how long I'm going to have to talk about this with you. But I have this discussion with patients every day and their children on surgeries and stuff. We don't make the decisions for your kid. You have to make the decisions for your kid. And they have to make their own choices as well. You could still make another Discord account. I'm sorry, I can't change anything for you. I guess you could try leaving the Discord and then rejoining and seeing if it asks you the same question again later on, because it probably won't let you join back in, but I'm not answering that question for you as false. Because like I said, it just puts me in a bad place, and your parents could come after me if they find out. And I'm not willing to risk my little poverty-stricken life to do that for you. I'm sorry. That's just the truth of the whole matter. I mean, you kids have to understand that COPPA regulations are everywhere. They don't just take up for Google and YouTube, it's also for Discord as well. So as soon as I lie for your age for you, that puts me as the person who made that decision for you. And that makes me liable for that decision. I can't afford to be liable for any of those decisions. Honesty is the best policy in my book. So, I mean, as long as you're honest with it, you won't have to worry. And there's not very many people that even post memes anymore, because I don't think there's very many people on there anymore. Because I used to play Digimon Masters Online, and that's what people used to come there for, was advice on that. But I quit playing that game, like, completely. Completely deleted it and everything. Discord voice channel, what about it? I can't chat with you, you're underage. That again is another thing I could be liable for. On YouTube, even. If I even put a kid's voice on the video, I have to state that there are kids in the video, and then I have to take the video down. There's another thing, Ben, that I cannot do. I'm sorry. My hands are tied. You don't like it, I don't like it either. I mean, these are things that have been in the works since 2013, and nobody likes them. It's because you're a kid, dude. You just said you're underage. You said you're 13. I can't talk to you in a voice chat while being live on YouTube, because then I have to delete everything that we've just done on the video. Because you're a kid, you're underage. It's COPPA rules, alright? I can't help it. It's happy birthday, man. That's all I can say. I can't join you in a chat room on Discord to have your voice put on here. Even if you wanted your voice to be put on here, it's against COPPA regulations. That just puts me in a really bad spot. Yeah, Jesus, Edgar, I know. I mean, I can't get through to him. I can't do these things because COPPA. I mean, it's all over the place on YouTube. He should know the community guidelines. He should know what he signed up for. And his parents should start taking some responsibility here, because I'm really getting tired of being the parent. I don't have kids, and I know the rules and regulations. I just can't help it, Bensky. I mean, you're just going to have to deal with it. You're not old enough for things in life, and until you are, you're just going to have to deal with things the way you can. I mean, that's what we grew up doing. It's not that I hate you, it's COPPA, dude. Go look it up. COPPA. Go look it up, read it. If you can't do that, then there's nothing else I can do for you, because it literally states that I cannot have anything to do with children or kids that are under the age of 16 to 18. That's in America, United States. Other countries have to worry about people that are 13 or younger. Literally, if I have any content with a kid's voice, a kid in the background that is under the age of 18, I have to take my video down. Because if I even try to make money off of it with monetization, or if I don't turn, even if I turn monetization off, I can have my YouTube channel taken away from me I mean, if you really want me to have my YouTube channel taken away from me, then fine. I guess we'll do it. But I'm going to come after you and your parents in a court of law. Would you like that? Because quite frankly, that's what you're basically asking me to do. It's not that I hate you. You just got to understand the laws and regulations, dude. Look, happy birthday. I hope you have a great day today. And I'm glad you're watching the stream. You're just trying to put me in a really bad spot, and I can't do that. Well, I'm trying to figure out how you got into the voice chats if you are in there, because they're supposed to be limited to age 18 as well. That's a Discord thing. Because they've had to start doing COPPA regulations as well. COPPA's hitting everything. I can't help it, dude. I mean, it's just the law, alright? You don't like it, write to the congressman. You kids that live on your own without your parents' help and all that stuff, I mean, you're going to have to start taking these roles into your own hands. I can't do nothing about it. I'm an adult. So nobody's going to listen to me about the younger people coming up today having issues with all these new rulings and regulations they got going on. It used to be that when I was 13, we were allowed to chat with other people that were older on telephone and everything. But I mean, it was a different time. Back then, I guess we didn't have to worry about bad things happening. Now we do, so... Well, bye, Binsky. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything you're asking me to do. I don't know how these big YouTubers do it. I mean, honestly, I can't fathom what they have to go through with all this new COPPA stuff, but just having one person in the chat doing that to me and expecting me to change your age for you, I mean, I cannot do that. That's just completely illegal. And it'll be live on YouTube if I did it, so, I mean, that just literally makes me completely guilty. And I've seen parents sue for less, so I know how the American world works. It works that way. Okay. Thanks, Binsky. I don't know what you're reporting me for, but it's not going to help your cause any. I'm going to take this video and I'm going to show it to YouTube, and I'm going to have them ban your account, okay? Just so you know that. You're too young to be on here anyway. So, like I said, have a happy birthday. I hope your day is better, but it's not going to get any better just watching me and asking me to do illegal things for you. It's not happening. And this live stream is the proof that I need to show them that I did everything correctly so that I don't have to worry about any bad actions being taken against me. So, obviously, I mean... Man, wants me to break so many laws and regulations that have just come into effect, and I can't. I mean, my hands are tied to the law, dude. There's not much I can do for you. I guess from now on, just go watch somebody else and It's not hate, dude. I can't do nothing. You don't understand. You're totally entitled right now to hate me all you want because of the law. But it's the law. I can't do anything. You're underage, alright? So just get over it. There's nothing I can do. I can't help you. See, I don't hate you. I just can't do nothing. And you want me to do something illegal so I can get in trouble, basically, is what I'm getting at. That's basically what you want me to do. And I'm not doing it, so just get over it. Be my guest. Good lord. I have never hated YouTube so much since the spamming of my chat with really, really bad links. I really wish I was one of those big YouTubers right now, because then his chat would just get buried in the chat. And then I just have to worry about filling out the report later on, after the video is over. It's like I said, Ben, it's not my fault. I can't help you, dude. You're underage. It's COPPA. You gotta read the regulations and stuff that I have to follow as an adult. I'm 32 years old. I have to follow those rules and regulations. It is against the law for me to allow you to do anything that an 18-year-old can do. It's just as bad, if not worse, than if I were to buy you alcohol and you're underage for the alcohol. I mean, I could be facing prison time. Alright? Not only that, I'll just lose my channel too, so... Donating money is not going to help your cause either. You might as well just take that money back. I think your parents are going to want it back anyway. I'll tell YouTube to even look into all your donations too, because if you are literally underage, then you probably ought to have that money sent back to your parents' account. Alright, I'm gonna get back to shiny hunting here and be more positive now. Instead of drowning out somebody's birthday because they're too young to be in a Discord chat and all that stuff. You're not stupid, Ben. It's just I don't think you really legitimately understand how laws and regulations work. And when you're older, you will definitely understand, because you're gonna mess up, you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna have to learn from them. That's what we all do. So just learn from them. That's about the best advice I could give you. I've been where you are before. I've been too young. When I was 8 years old, or actually probably 10 years old, I guess, and I wanted my first Pokemon game, the only way I could get it was I had to do extra work around the house or the farm, because my parents had to basically buy the stuff for me, but in order for them to do that, I had to do extra work and stuff in order to get money and stuff to do that, because back then the legal working age was I think it was 14, but you had to have your parents sign off for it. At least here in Missouri it was. But I was only 10 years old, so I had 4 more years to go, so they just let me mow the grass and feed and water the hogs and cattle. Alright, Bensky. I'm sorry, man, but there's nothing I can do. There's too much legal mumbo jumbo for me to walk through hoops like that for people. Ben, there's nothing to forgive. I mean, as long as you understand that it's because you're underage. It's not because I hate you. I don't hate you at all. I mean, you're just a kid. You don't understand the rules and laws that I have to follow as a YouTuber. I mean, maybe last year, well, middle of last year, we didn't have to follow those rules, but we do now because obviously YouTube and Google broke the law, and they paid for it dearly. There was billions of dollars involved there in lawsuits. You're alright, kid. Just don't ask me to do things like that to break the law. That's just asking me for putting myself into trouble, and I'm not doing it. I've been working through laws and regulations most of my life, ever since I was 16. I've been in management since I was 18. And I couldn't tell you how hard I had to work to get there, and even still, the pay sucks. Especially with all the parents that act like 2-year-olds I have to deal with all the time. Trust me, I've had parents that are worse than you, Ben. I need you to understand that what you were asking me to do is very illegal. I can literally be sued in a court of law. Your parents don't even have to come after me. Like, the government and YouTube can come after me for that stuff. I don't know about you, but I won't do well in prison. Oh, how did YouTube break the law? Well, literally, COPPA has been a law and regulation since 2013, I believe. It might have been 2015. So literally, YouTube and Google was allowing kids or children to watch videos without any ratings for kids and children to be watching. So literally, they could see anything, even if it had curse words or nudity or anything like that, on YouTube. And so literally they had to put a option on their whole aspect, their whole website, that makes it to where creators choose whether or not their content is for kids or it's not. So literally my content, I have chosen it's not for kids. I didn't choose that it was for 18-year-olds only, but it's not for kids because I want to be able to allow a curse word to slip every now and again. And my chat, of course, I can't control chat, so obviously that's another thing. If I didn't have chat turned on or allowed, then yeah. So basically they were breaking the law for over 5 years. And finally COPPA took them to court in late 2019, and they won I think it was $2.5 billion lawsuit against YouTube, and then another $2.9 billion against Google, because Google just bought YouTube out. So they were waiting for Google, I think, to make that move, and then they just went after them for the money, basically. But yeah, it was a huge deal. It was a huge deal, and YouTube is still to this day being watched by the government and coerced into doing things like making sure that people like me are following the regulations to a T. So if I don't do something or do something wrong during my live streams or even during one of my videos, I literally could get worse than a copyright strike. I could literally have my channel deleted and not even be given a reason why. I mean, well, they'll probably email me and say that the reason why that I was deleted was because I did something that was against the law. So I have to make sure that I go through and when I edit my videos and stuff, edit my content, that I make sure that there is nothing in there that is offensive and nothing in there that could be considered for children. Because the government could change my video settings to where it's considered for children when I don't want that. I did it again. I think I already did, but I'll double check. I think it's telling me I have to wait till after I'm done with the stream and then I can send it back. I've already clicked the send back button, but it's probably going to take it some time. It's probably because it's in limbo right now, and you'll just have to wait. Especially if it's a credit card you're using or a debit card or something. but I've already clicked the send back button on it. It just says it's pending or something like that. It's like in pending. So give it at least 24 hours. It'll probably show back up in the account at least. If it actually withdrew it. If not, it's probably just in limbo right now. Oh, that's been up there for a while. I'll have to send a message to YouTube. I'll send a message to YouTube, see if they can't just send all the money back. I'll just have them send all the money back if they can. I'll put it in their books. Let them have to deal with it. I didn't even know Super Chat existed until just recently anyway. Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of it after I get done with the live stream. I'll get with YouTube support. Sure, parents aren't going to be too happy about that anyway, so. But literally, they shouldn't even allow. I think you're supposed to be 18 years or older anyway before you can even send money on the Super Chat. So that's kind of weird how it got through, if that's the case. Oh, I need the shiny. Yeah, see, I originally thought Kappa was only something that we here in America had to follow. But come to find out, YouTube is also making it, enforcing it to their foreign YouTubers as well. So everyone that lives on the other side of the pond, if you will, or the ocean, they also are going to be held liable to the COPPA rulings as well, so they also have to change their content. Okay, I got an egg in the box too I need to pull out as well. So yeah, this COPPA thing has like screwed up a lot of stuff. But I made sure that I understood it before I started doing any more YouTube videos, because this happened right in the middle of before I just gave up on Demo. And I made sure I read through every little detail on the government's website about it. I didn't even care what YouTube had to say. I wanted to read what the government had to print up, because I'm used to reading the government documents for the hospitals and stuff, so. There's constantly changing laws for hospitals, and I want to get out of that. I'm so sick and tired of reading law. It's so much gibberish, and it's so much repetitive gibberish that I hate. But I'm good at it because I understand it, and I can explain it to doctors and nurses. I can explain it to other administrators that don't understand it. But I still hate it. And she's got another. There we go. Man, how we end up from nostalgia to like laws? I'm so sick and tired of talking about laws. I'm really hoping they make Diamond and Pearl remakes. Even if they just like add the content on. Hello, Thuraya? Is it Thuraya? Jello, hello, it doesn't matter, I get it. Guess I'm gonna have to start making that a thing with my YouTube support guys. Wow, that was fast. Oh, I'd be really, really happy if we get the shiny. That was crazy. I don't even think I moved a step. And if they don't do remakes of Diamond and Pearl, maybe they'll do a new region. So like based off Spain, like we know their team was there, investigating the cultures and stuff there in Spain. And then perhaps after that we'll get a multi-regional game where they start releasing a game with all the old regions and connecting all the regions to it from there. Because I mean, with being on a console, that makes it more viable that they could do that. A lot more memory space to use. Yeah, that is the dream, isn't it? I think that's what most of a majority of the Pokemon community wants. I know it's what I've been wanting ever since like the fifth gen came out. Oh, I figured out that word. I knew it wasn't DRAM. It had to be Dream. Does anybody know where the apricot guy is in this game? Like, I know we got apricots returned in the Isle of Armor, so we can like make Pokeballs again. But where's the guy for making those at? Does anybody know? No, I'll just have to look that up some other time. What, the breeding for the shiny? Oh, I just like doing the regular style. I mean, yeah, I could use the Matsuda method. I just like doing the regular style. Just seems more legit, and it's just a way for me to relax and kill time. Matsuda method would be a lot faster, though. So I understand why a lot of people use it. I just don't like to. I like to just do what seems like a more legit thing for me, and that's just to breed like 2 high IV Pokemon. Usually both of them have 6 IVs, so I'm guaranteed 5. So I just like breeding. I don't know why. It's just been a thing for me ever since Gen 2. Oh, there's a kid in the dojo? Is that the... Yeah, the bird-like machine, I guess you put in like 4 items and it spits out a rare item sometimes. It's like a recycling machine. Something like that. Yeah, I haven't really used the bird machine yet, and I haven't really talked that much around the dojo yet. It's just because I wanted to start shiny hunting for this Blipbug, because I know, now that I know that we can just shiny hunt for them, instead of having to shiny hunt in the dens for the Gigantamax forms, I want to be able to get the shiny and then turn him into the Gigantamax form. Because that seems easier to me than hunting through the dens, because like dens could take forever. Unless of course you cheat, which I don't like doing, so hence the reason why I'm doing it this way. If that explains that enough, I hope so. I'm just not one of those bot users, and there's a lot of them out there now since they've put the game on console. There's a lot of ways to cheat, code, and all that. It's unfortunate, really. Kind of ruins Pokemon for a lot of people, and a lot of old-time players like myself who are used to doing things the legitimate way. Kind of gives us a bad rap when we have all these shinies that we actually worked hard for, put in a lot of chair time for, like all the legendaries and the wormholes from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I put in a lot of chair time for a lot of those. Some of them I didn't have to put so much in, but others I had to put a lot in. There's one time when I was double shiny hunting on both my 3DSs, I actually got a shiny on both versions. I won't forget that either. I gotta be getting close to getting the shiny. I think I need a new 4 and 6 IV Ditto. I don't think this one I'm using is legit. I think that's why I left it on the other games. I still have yet to get a 6 IV English one anyway, so... That's what I need to do, is try to find somebody that's willing to trade 6 IV English Ditto for a foreign one, because the English one could be considered foreign to them. Been doing a lot of these wonder trades with all the Pokemon I hatch, but I mean, sometimes I get lucky and get the foreign version of the Pokemon I want. But most of the time I'm not, because it'll be the foreign version, but it won't have very good IVs or the hidden ability I want. So it's a very big lottery game to play with the wonder trade, but sometimes it pays off. Oh, it's going slow. Very, very slow. Because I've reached that point where I'm at like level 40. Or in the 40s. And the leveling is going slow. I've just been going through the maps, to be honest. Just trying to, you know, like discover all the locations and things in it. And that makes your leveling really slow going. I mean, the story mode is where you get some of your... a majority of your experience too if you do the storyline, but you can basically get all of the experience you need just going around the map and looking at things. So yeah, I'm in the 40s right now. I need to get back on there and just start grinding away at it so I can get finished, but I just haven't felt like playing MMOs. I don't know why. I just feel like playing Pokemon in Minecraft. Minecraft's getting ready to have its Nether update too, so I'm really psyched for that because we're going to have a crap ton of new blocks to play with. And my brother and I got some big projects planned for our realm on it, so. Oh, dungeons? I mean, I literally could just level my character up to level 80 right now, but I mean... I might have, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to the dungeons yet. See, right now the guild that I'm in, they just literally, like, they kicked several of their leaders out of the guild for, like, being racist and hateful, which is okay by me, but they're kind of going through a change now. They're changing their name and stuff like that, so I haven't really had the chance to like join up or team up with any of them right now because they're kind of going through this phase where they're trying to clean house and fix up the channel a little bit. But I mean, I love the fact that they don't just play Guild Wars 2, they also play Minecraft, Final Fantasy 14, ESO, which I haven't played since the beta. So yeah, I mean, and not all of them play Guild Wars 2 all the time either. So I've taken like a week and a half off from it, and then I went back to it, started grinding away, and now I'm in the 40s now. So I think I'm in the low 40s. So like 42 or something like that. So I might have a dungeon or two unlocked and just don't realize it, or just haven't even bothered. Oh really? Well, I don't remember seeing anything for level 30, but that doesn't mean anything. That really doesn't mean anything, I know. I could have just missed it. I know there was like a beetle race in one of the lower level areas, and I was like, I don't have a beetle, and it said I had to be like level 80 in order to participate, and I was like, oh, well that makes sense, I guess, because all the riders and stuff aren't unlocked until I get to in-game anyway, so. Yeah, there's a couple of guild puzzles I came across too, which none of my guild mates were able to just come right away to unlock it for me to look at. So I don't know if that's kind of like a dungeon or what that is, but Is Fractals, is that like an in-game PvE kind of like dungeon thing? So that means there's like regular dungeons and then there's Fractals, stuff like that for in-game? I don't know. I'll have to look at it next time I log in. Probably won't be till during the week. This weekend I plan on getting all this stuff taken care of on Pokemon and Minecraft. I gotta prepare for the Nether update, and then I gotta go and reset the Nether and reset the end for our realm, which is gonna be a pain. Not really a pain. It's just takes some time. I have to make sure nobody logs in while I'm doing it. Oh, they're kind of like dungeons, but harder. Okay. Well, I did watch a couple Fractal videos. It looked like there's, like, everybody's trying to get to the next boss in the area, and then whoever makes it there first is where you'll respawn at. So you could just kill yourself by typing \GG in the chat, and it'll kill you and then respawn you right there. So where they're at, which is kind of convenient compared to other MMOs, I guess. Oh, so that's where you can get the good gear, is the Fractals. Okay. So that's good to know. I didn't know exactly where you could get the good gear from, but I wasn't really going to worry about the dungeons or anything until I got to in-game level anyway, because they have parties in my guild where they go through on they call it the dungeon train. So everybody that's in this group, the dungeon train, they go through and they do all the dungeons over across all the maps. And you don't have to stay for the whole thing if you don't want to, but they like to have a minimum amount of people or whatever. And they'll do that, and then they'll have the Fractal train. That's what they like to call that. Where everybody joins up and they go across doing all these different fractals or do a certain fractal together. And they have Fractal training, and they also have Fractal experienced. So they have an experienced team where you should know what you're doing, and then they have a training team where they'll train you how to do things. So. Oh, okay. I don't know. That's just from what I've learned from some of the videos that I was watching on how to do certain things, and I don't know. There's still a lot to learn about the game for me, and I've literally like trying not to get my hopes up, because literally with every single MMO I've ever played, I come to like them, and then they do something, or the company changes something to where you have to like spend a lot of money to like keep up or something, and then I have to just throw it in the pasture because I can't afford to keep up. But a lot of people have been saying that Guild Wars 2 has not been like that since this new company took over, so. Right now I'm just trying to stay positive with that for now. Yeah, that's why they have training and groups in my guild, which I'm glad, because I won't know exactly what the hell I'm doing at all, to be honest. And I hate being required to be a perfectionist, because there's no such thing in real life, and there shouldn't be any such thing in gaming either. You can't just hope that people, or just expect people to be perfect at everything all the time, because then you're just gonna get let down all the time. That's why I like to stick to PvE a lot, because a lot of the MMOs that I've done with PvP, whether if I was with a group that didn't care if we won or lost, which usually I was, like League of Legends, for example, most toxic freaking game I ever played in my life. Whenever I'd get lucky on the team and actually carry or be carried and we'd actually win, they'd get mad because they know that I have like really, really bad like experiences with the game and don't really do that well. So they'll just like be so toxic to you in chat and stuff like that. So I literally just leave games for that. Yeah. That's one thing I like about the game so far, is that if there's anything you wanted from the cash shop, you don't really have to put real money in it. You can just farm for gold or stuff to sell for gold, and then turn that gold into the gems, which is the cash shop items, currency. And you can literally buy all that stuff in there with gold. I've never seen that in an MMO before. I think there's a lot of MMOs that I used to play that could actually learn a thing or two from that. Yeah. Yeah, that alone does say something about the company. I wish there was a lot of MMOs out there that do the same thing that they're doing with their game right now. I mean, that just helps your free-to-play player base, which can't afford like everything. But it also, I mean, it also makes it to where your player base that's putting money into the game, they still have options too. There's stuff in the cash shop like, you know, novelty items like costumes and stuff like that you could buy just to support the game. And you don't have to have them, but I mean, if you want them and you want to make your player or character unique, you can do that. So you can still support the game and put money into it by doing that. And that I enjoy. Yeah, not just MMOs. There's games that have been sold and came out that cost you money, and then all of a sudden, all the content online that you're playing that was free is now charged for, or you have to pay a subscription fee in order to log back into your account, and that's really just detrimental to the company and to the player who just spent money to buy the game. I think everybody knows where I'm going with this. That's Bethesda's problem. With their, what was that game called? Fallout 4 or something like that? I don't think they've done that on ESO. I don't know. I haven't logged into ESO ever since I like purchased the game originally. I haven't done anything with it since the beta came out. I was not impressed with the beta at all. It was so bad because I'd go to do like the quest line, or even go off to do my own little thing for a separate quest, which I didn't have to depend on other people. And there's so many people online at the time doing that same quest that by the time I get to the boss, somebody else killed it and I'd get credit for it. That just takes all the fun out of the game. Alright, thanks Logan. I hope I do too, man. Oh, Fallout 76, is that what it's called? I don't know. I never played it, but I've only ever liked Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim. Skyrim is by far one of my most favorite games ever, and I hope they don't run the next installment whenever it comes out in probably the next 4 or 5 years. I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope they still allow modding, because there are a lot of people out there that do a great job in mods, and I love the creativity. Oh, really? Nice, Logan. Congrats, dude. Yeah. Usually my favorites I don't get the shiny of unless I actually force it to happen. So That's just my luck. It's whatever. The one shiny I didn't have to force on here was the Grookey. I literally got it within 12 hatches. And it had 6 perfect IVs and the hidden ability, so I was super psyched about that. Oh, really? RIP. Yeah, I heard a lot of people had like bought the game for like a retail price of like 65 bucks, and then I guess it was 4 months after the game was out, they started their online stuff where you had to pay a subscription or buy into these private servers or something. But either way, it's dirty. It's dirty, and no company should ever put their player base through something like that. I mean, that would literally just push me completely away from all your games that you come out with in the future. You got 24 Weedles, like shiny Weedles? That's crazy. Oh, you do? Fallout 76? I've never played it. I've just only stuck to like the Elder Scrolls games from Bethesda. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen gameplay of it, and it looks really cool and fun to play, but I don't know about now. I've seen a lot of hateful videos on YouTube about it since they recently did what they did to it, so I mean... ESO, I don't know if any of you guys know ESO, but I like to watch his videos on his channel. He did something on it, on his thoughts on it and stuff like that. Now what he's doing is playing Indril or whatever, like a modded Skyrim game, I guess. I love his Skyrim videos. I'm sure a lot of people stopped playing it a while ago, Logan, since they started doing the subscription fees and stuff like that for you to actually be able to log in and play your game, which you bought and paid for. I mean, if I was a consumer and I bought a game for like 65 bucks, $72 with tax here, I would definitely expect that I'd be able to play it no matter what, even if they did an update where all the online content was unavailable. I should still be able to play it and have fun with it. If not, then I want my money back, you know? Yeah, I'd definitely take a shiny Weedle. You really don't need it. But, I wouldn't just trade anything. At least high IV Pokemon or something. Oh, I don't really know how many eggs I've hatched so far. A lot. I'm not using the Matsuda method either, so I just do this for the heck of it. The old-fashioned way, if you will, I suppose. Let's take a look here. We're on box 22. From, what is it? 8, 9? Nope. 11. So 11 boxes almost full. Basically 11 boxes full already. So that's 330. That's actually not that many if you think about it. It's usually about 8 hours. I average about 8 hours for a shiny, hatching them this way. It can be less though if I have an actual foreign version of the Pokemon, but I didn't get lucky enough to get a Wonder Trade with the foreign version of the Pokemon. I got a foreign 6 IV Ditto in there right now, but I don't think he's legit because I think that's why I left him on my other games, like my Sun and Moon game. I found him on one of my Sun and Moon games. It's hard to tell if they're actually legit or not, even when you get them on Pokemon Home and Bank and all that stuff now. So yeah, I haven't hatched that many eggs yet. I really should have hatched more eggs than this by now, but I've been taking some... Been adding some pictures, looking up some pictures and stuff like that. I was trying to find a picture of the legit Galarian Slowking version, but I couldn't find one. Closest I could get was a picture that I think is fan art, but it's probably pretty close to what it actually looks like. I know it's still got the shelter or the cloister thing on its head. It's just that I guess it covers up his eyeballs now too, so you're actually... He's literally looking through the eyeballs of the shelter that's on his head or whatever. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're talking about Pokemon Go, so you have like 25 shiny Weedles on Pokemon Go? Man. That's a lot of Weedles. It's legit a lot of shinies too. Good going on that. I don't think the most, I think the most I've ever caught in a community day for a Pokemon whenever I was actually out there doing the hiking trails and stuff was maybe 20, 25, something like that. And I got like 2 shinies, which actually really isn't that bad, I guess, considering the shinies are just as rare on that game as they are on these games. No purple bow tie. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream today in like another 10 minutes or so because I got a lot of stuff to take care of because obviously I got to get a hold of my support guys from YouTube and make them aware that there's a 13-year-old that was using his mom and dad's card to donate money to my stream, which I didn't realize that they were allowing. So make sure that they're aware of that and make sure that the money gets sent back because I can't accept money from somebody who's not an adult. Oh, really? They're not? Huh. I know that's where I got a shiny Bulbasaur at. You know what? I wonder where that shiny Bulbasaur is. I bet it's still on my Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I bet I haven't caught it yet in the Safari area or whatever it's called. I better go get that and see what the IVs and stuff are on it. It's probably pretty crappy. I don't know how good the IVs are from the Pokemon Go Pokemon. I know my Melmetal and Meltan were like ridiculously good IVs. I had 5 bests on my Melmetal. I know there's an IV checker on there now. I chose the Melton that had 5 perfect IVs to evolve into Melmetal. And then there's another one that had like 4 and I traded him over for the Pokédex. That's crazy. I wish they would decrease the amount of rarity for the regular shinies in these games now, because, I mean, with people like a majority of the player base and the fan base being adults now, we work a lot of hours, a lot of long hours at that, and even with 3 days off, I don't have enough time to sit here in one day and find the shiny. Or at least they could add something like a shiny din or a shiny like the Hoopa ring like they did in the oh, you know what I'm talking about if you played Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby or whatever. And like the Ultra wormholes in Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. Do something like that, you know? To where we could speed up the shiny hunting process. It doesn't even, it could just be a random Pokemon. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the one that we're looking for, but it could be like found in a certain area or a certain like thing. Just easier. That's what they could have done with these dins. That's what I thought they were going to do with the dins, but it's just as rare in a din as it is in hatching and doing everything else. And I mean, there are people that cheat the system, and I hate that, using these bots and stuff. But you know, at the same time, it's just like I can't blame them because of how hard it is to get the shinies. But I mean, I've put in the chair work before for the legendaries on the Ultra wormholes. It's not fun, but at the same time, it's just relaxing and something to do. I mean, it's just about like fishing. You either catch fish or you don't. You know, how many times I've gone fishing and come back home empty-handed. But I mean, it's just about the relaxing and having fun with people that you don't normally know, and also the fact that you can also hang out with your family if you want to while you're doing it. So there's all those things going on with it. Ew. So I'm gonna get this thing today. I'll put in the chair time for it today sometime. I need you to get some more eggs, lady. So Edgar, I take it you played GW2, Guild Wars 2? And if that's the case, what other... I'm playing a Necromancer right now. I think you've probably watched one of my streams or something like that on it. But, and I do like Necromancers and Skyrim and all that stuff. This one right here I'm still trying to learn, but... What's another one that you think I would probably like? Another character, because I'm probably, after I get this first character to level 80, I'm going to use that level 80 level up on another character, so... Oh, nice! Congrats, dude. That's awesome. 98% IV, so almost perfect. I think that's super hard to do on Go. Good lord, getting 6 perfect IVs. And one of them shiny. Yeah, I see. That's one of the things I kind of like about Guild Wars 2 too. When I was doing some research on it, I wanted one that didn't matter if I took some time off from it and then came back to it. So if I did that, then it wasn't going to be very detrimental to me, and it's not. So I do like that aspect of the game as well, because with Pokemon and Minecraft and all these DLCs they got coming out and all that stuff, with updates and stuff, I don't really have enough time to like just stick to an MMO, and I don't really want to just stick to an MMO like I used to with Demo. I don't want to be stuck with that. Yeah, I was thinking about Elementalists. I do like wizards and stuff too. I think somebody said you can use a fire spell that somebody can shoot stuff through, or anything that gets shot through it from other players would be like do extra damage or something like that, or even heal other players, which sounds really cool. So I don't know. I'll have to do some more research on the different types of characters before I pick, but that's going to be a while down the road, because it's probably going to take me probably literally months to get my first character to 80. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to take it easy, you know? It's going to take it easy. And I think all these other live streams I'm going to do from now on are going to be just Minecraft. I might, every once in a while, if I get bored with Minecraft, I might come back to Pokemon. Or I might even live stream myself on Guild Wars 2 on trying to play through it a little bit. But it's hit or miss on what it's going to be, but I'll try to keep y'all posted on when I'm going to live stream before I do go live on my Discord. So if you're not on my Discord, you might want to join that. Yeah, obviously, I think all the characters will take some time to get really used to, except for I guess people were saying that, to me, that the Archer, or the Ranger, whatever you want to call it, is one of the easiest ones to deal with or learn. So I guess it has one of the best learning curves out of all of them. Like, all the videos I watched suggested that you choose the Archer or Ranger for your first one, which was kind of the thing for Terra as well, when I used to play Terra, but I didn't like the Archer too much on Terra, so I was afraid of having like the same kind of playthrough like that on that game. Come on, give me the purple. Purple bow tie. Oh, really? I know you get a pet. That seems pretty legit. It's a lot different than the Terra gameplay, too. Terra was horrible with the button mashing. You literally just tap the spacebar to do your next move. Like, you set up your skill combos and just tap the spacebar. I mean, I guess that's kind of nice, but at the same time, it was just annoying because there's literally no skill involved with just tapping the spacebar. And you were just literally left with either being a tank or shooting from afar and hoping that the monster didn't get to you in time to do any damage while you were doing solo gameplay. Or you better be teamed up with somebody because your ranged characters would do terrible in all the in-game for that purpose. But it seems like Guild Wars 2 has it pretty leveled out. So like, you have to use a different set of skills to do the PvE by yourself with my Necromancer, obviously, than you would if you were together in a dungeon or something. There's different sets of skills that could be helpful for the other players with you. Excuse me. Alright, this is probably going to be the last one, guys. That's the 3-hour marker now. I just want to get off here and get some things taken care of. Like I said, I got to talk to my YouTube support guys if I can get a hold of them. Get this kid's money sent back to his parents, and maybe get his parents contacted. Because obviously that should not have happened at all. He should not have been able to spend any money on this at all. So, again, thanks for coming out. I'll be streaming about the same time, so 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow. Maybe even longer because I'm going to be playing Minecraft, and I got to get a lot of things ready. I got plans for a lot of builds. I got to do a lot of terraforming with dirt. At least get the levels up and build a location for a new pumpkin and melon farm. I want to build a huge pumpkin and a huge melon farm, so I have a lot of pumpkins and melons to trade to the villagers, the farmer villagers, so I can get a lot of emeralds really fast. Because I'm really getting tired of farming carrots. Just really getting tired of that. So carrots and wheat are just annoying right now. And maybe we'll go into my creative world if we get everything caught up and everything terraformed early, and we'll come up with some ideas for the evil-looking castle city that I plan on building. I got to come up with the castle walls and stuff, but I don't know how I'm going to do that until after the Blackstone comes out, so that's going to be kind of hard and difficult to come up with. But I guess we could kind of use concrete, black concrete, to come up with that for a while. Yeah, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed most of the live stream, except for that one section, which we won't talk about anymore. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow if you come and hang out. So, peace out.